And then Selena Gomez, one more time, I'm starting this. But the song that was just on when I went live again was Come and Get It. Yeah, Come and Get It. I've never heard of that song. I probably know it. You ain't gotta worry. It's an open invitation. I'll be sitting right here, real patient all day, all night. I'll be waiting on standby. Can't stop because I love it. Hate the way I love you. All day, all night. Maybe I'm addicted to life, no lie. When you're ready, come and get it. I don't know. Okay, so that's old. So maybe it's just in reference like, wait, like this love will be the death of me, but I know I'll die happily. I know, because you love me so. When you're ready, come and get it. Nah, nah. So basically, she's basically saying that her ass is not going to wait around because this love will beat the fucking death of her. And she knows she'll die happier not being part of something toxic and karmic. So basically, if the timing's ever right, when you're ready, come and get it. You know, because if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But it's also pulling me to December in this reading. Okay, meaning like some of you, like if this energy doesn't figure it out and doesn't end up, that energy doesn't click, okay, then spirit will bring in part 2. So what was it? When you're ready, come and get it. Some of you I just heard it will be too late. And again, this could be a blessing or a lesson with Earth. Okay, so I'm going to label it just like that because I already know that's the title of this video. Is blessing, would it be a blessing or a lesson? And I think I wrote that blessing or a lesson. Yes, Selena, feel me, motivation for some and a lesson for others. Okay, so I just labeled this one Earth, past and present, blessing or a lesson. Regardless, guys, my spirituals are getting a blessing because it's Dharma. All right, now if this energy comes in correct and you guys are in love and you have that type of connection, then so be it. If not, spirit will bring in somebody else, guys. That's how that's going to go. But this other energy, I'm telling you, is going to be tested with the other energy. There's no question. That energy might want back, or that energy might want to just keep shit fucking kosher, as if like they can keep it kosher, because if it's something is kept kosher and shit's not addressed, you know, they can live in their fake la fucking imagination land that they're apparently, you know, still dwelling in or living in, you know. So you guys are in a tough situation because this energy wants back, and there's more feeling, there's more hope, there's more this, but you know, little did you know that the karmic is still in the situation. Like, even though it's over, guys, and we've been reading it, like even though it's over, like there's still ties, connections, cords. There's still that energy of, you know, oh, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do this because I don't want that to happen. And then somebody puts that in her mind. And then next thing you know, if we do this, then, you know, yada, yada, yada. And then that's how I lose that. And, you know, so it's like still not doing things for the fucking right reason. Okay. So until this person starts doing things for the right reasons, you can't be part of this person's life. Okay. I would literally just stop talking, cut it off. I know I hate to say it, but cut it off, shut it down. If you've already spoken your piece, leave it. Because either way, your dharma's coming in, and your dharma is already started coming in. It's going to start coming in a lot more. Um, it's not like you have to wait for dharma for this person. This person is not make it or break it, the end all or be all. Your karma's going to start coming in. See what I'm saying? And if dharma's due, this energy is not going to get the best of you like that. Believe me, it won't. All right. Earth. Now, this energy was supposed to be right the end of September and all of October. And maybe we'll touch base with this in November. But I just heard nothing to write home about. Like, so just do you. I feel like there's going to be confusion because it's like, it's just not the right time, guys, is what I'm getting. It's just not time. Yeah, see, 8 of Wands, communication, Tower. It's just not time. Like, so to me, the energy is going to come in, and this is the past life deck, guys. This has to do with the Mayan calendars. Like, this is all meant to go down, all right? But just, you know, if you haven't acknowledged a situation yet, it hasn't come at you, have it come in, have your discussion, whatever it is, acknowledge it, and then go about your way, okay? Because obviously there needs to be some type of activation or interaction or something. You obviously are going to need a realization or something on your end. You don't just want to take my advice and other readers' advice like that. I mean, you do and you don't. You got to do your own thing too. You got to get to a point where it makes sense to you. Or you need to say something to them, or they say something to you, so you at least know, because they're going to come at you, right? You at least know, like, you're just going to know it's not time. Whether it feels that way or not, and it's going to be fucking hard, because once again, it's like that connection is so fucking strong. Guys, trust me, it's tough. It's going to be tough. But just do what you have to do, because they need to cut ties. And if you're in the midst of them trying to cut these ties, or in the midst of all this, they're not going to see what they need to see in that other energy, because they literally, like, I know it sucks, but they have to, like, hate this person in order to, like, find them, you know? Like, they need to realize this person's awful, shady. This person's got to get caught up in something, or something's got to realize. So something still has to go down between them two for them to, you know, reach a low and then get real angry with the situation. Like, they need to get angry. They need to, like, really realize, like, I can't believe I fell for that. I can't believe this and that. I can't, like, they need to get fucking pissed. And you don't want to be part of that. They need to deal with it. And right now, that energy is not around them. Right now, that they're kosher, okay? But they're not fucking kosher, but they think they're kosher. So this energy is going to come in the next couple weeks, and then they get to decide how they want to handle this situation between them and their karmic. And trust me, guys, it is over. But it needs to be over. They're trying to end something amicably when it's not supposed to end that way. And that sucks when that's your karma. But that's your karma. So deal with your fucking karma. You guys don't want part of that. Okay? This is like Joe and Karen that want to end something amicably. Nope. You want to know why? Because it would be the same. It's like a run-on sentence. It just keeps going and going and going and going. Because this energy doesn't realize that this energy is toxic. They're probably intimidated by the energy. They probably don't want to be like, they're probably scared. Take this, take that. Well, you know what? That's part of their karma too. They need to see somebody's fucking nasty side. So they've been stalling on their own happiness because they don't want to piss somebody else off or hurt somebody. But what they don't realize is that they're hurting themselves. And when they do realize they've held off for so fucking long when it comes to something, that probably their own happiness, right? They're going to be pissed because they need to see Karen's true colors. And right now, Karen is all fucking innocent, playing all fucking innocent. It won't last. I just saw a volcano. That's just going to erupt. All right? So you just worry about you. So we're going to do Earth. This is the energy from now until November 1st. Earth. This is the present energy, okay? This is the past. So I'm going to link it as like, it's going to be linked like, maybe like we can see something, we'll figure it out when we get there. But there's an A, there might be an A in someone's name. Or number 1, it's the first letter in the alphabet. Could be linked to the number 1 or just A. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And one more. Okay. I'm so sick of that same old love. Okay, so a mixture, maybe you, maybe them. We'll have to see. 31 came out in the collective read. Take all your things and go. I think that's the same song. Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Number 4, we were waiting for that to come out. Wasn't it that number 4 that we're missing in the masculine energy? Regardless, guys, this is a card of love, okay? This is needing to act accordingly, be responsible with love, but like bearing in mind how do I want to put it? Bearing in mind how you go about something, because you do have to live. Like, how do I want to put this? Okay. I'm going to have to actually read the physical oracle for you, because the advice from the dead, is this it? Yeah, is what I'm reading, but it's not going to make sense like that. Like the advice from the dead, okay? Act responsibly, bearing in mind not only your needs, but also what will cause in the environment that you live in. The love illustrated on this card is not to confuse it with the arrows. This card represents, I just said that wrong, represents the original unrefined force of the basis of the universe, solidarity that can sense our evolution and change. It is the conscious phenomenon, the flow or origin of originating from the first cry of the universe, our galaxy, down to the planet we inhabit. A web that connects every single atom and reminds us of our presence. And it all needs to be that our present derives from the past, and that in our best interest to act constructively to build a positive future. So act responsibly, bearing in mind not only your needs, but also what they will cause in the environment you live in. So that doesn't mean sweep shit under the rug. That doesn't mean don't address it. So I think that's what's happening here, because this is you needing to put your best interest into action constructively to build a positive future. So this talks about a 4, right? It's solid. You need to go into something solid. You need to start thinking about your future right now, and it needs to be solid. Bear in mind not only your own needs, okay, but also what they will cause in the environment you live in. So your own needs, but don't be selfish. Like, so for instance, if this is in regards to you, you know that energy is no good, like, but you need to feed or this and that. Bear in mind the energy you're bringing back, the energy that's in your aura, their aura. But this is more, bear in mind what your environment's going to feel like. Okay? So definitely worry about your own self, because this is the love card. Okay? It's solid. You got to act responsible here. So if you have to be responsible, then leave the situation, because that's best for you. If it's in regards to a karmic situation, then they need to be responsible and stop bearing in mind their judgment so much. Because that's what's stopping. See, this isn't confusing, but this is what it's telling me. So it's like needing to read it both ways for you, which gets complicated. It's like I almost just want to read it in the spiritual sense for the spiritualist, but that's not realistic of me. I do have to read this in a karmic way. No, they want me to read it as from my spiritualist. That makes sense then. Okay, that makes me feel better. Okay, so this does have to do with love. It does have to do with connections. And Spirit's asking you to absolutely be responsible right now in regards with whatever this scenario is. Because this person's going to come out in the past life and present situation. So there's a mocking of words, and then Spirit said, mock my words. So if this is more for my spiritualist, this is advice from my spiritualist. And again, when the past comes out, past and present, because it's coming out on the board, that energy will come into play. So it's going to be real important for you guys to focus on this energy. Okay, so act responsibly. The 3 and the 5 is around it. The 3 is chaos and the 5 is will. So you're gonna have to push through. Okay, it's your own will, free will right now. But bear in mind how this is gonna affect your environment on the actions that you take towards this situation. Okay. The traffic is like, it's definitely focus. It's a water card. But be careful here, because this like initiates floods. So let me read that for you, because the advice from the dead is not going to help right now in this situation. Take in mind the definition of the card. In Aztec mythology, this is considered the god of rain and fertility, indulgence towards prayer, sacrifices, and what is offered to him. He was still worshipped with fear, because although he watered the fields and gave with his hands, he could also flood and cause droughts and summon lightning with the other hand. Advice from the dead: pay attention and weigh the forces you may wish to put into play, because they're like water. It can irrigate, but it can be excessive and also flood. And in certain absence, it can also be a drought. So it's like two hands, okay? Extremely powerful here. Pay attention and weigh the forces you wish to put into play. So whatever you put into play here in regards to this situation, like I said, like it's like wildfire, guys. This seems confusing, but it's not confusing. It makes sense, right? We got the left hand, we got the right hand, which wants me to pull one of these. Which one is it? I think it's this one. No, it's this one. Yeah, see, left hand, judgment, right hand. There's a right hand too, and there's a left hand. I just got pulled to this deck. I haven't used these cards with you yet. They're beautiful. So I feel like we just got really confused with this energy. Don't ask me why. I feel like there was just a lot of confusion here. Just be real careful. It's almost like with the hand you dealt with too. That's why it's like I think Spirit was like, I don't know what to say, or there's no conversation, shut it down. There's no need to communicate, because no matter which hand you use, it's almost not even beneficial right now unless you're making judgment calls for yourself. Because this is, again, love, but bear in mind, whatever you entertain now until November is going to affect your environment, never mind theirs. So their aura alone must be really entangled in a web of fucking karma, okay? Because it basically, Spirit saying it's going to affect your environment. And if it's the want or the need for love, that's still going to affect your environment because it's affecting you, all right? So this is why this is in play. This is why you need to be real careful right now, because it's like the forces. It's like wishing to play with something, but how much do you actually want to play here, guys? Because this right now is not something. This is a force. This is an energy of creation. So really pay attention to the weighed forces that you wish to put into play, because like water, it can either be irrigated or it can cause a flood. But in absence, it can also cause a drought. But I really feel like that drought is needed for the karmic energy around you to handle what needs to be handled. So you're going to sit here and juggle, because the left hand just said judgment, right? So you're going to sit here and juggle. Yeah, see, this is I didn't expect to read it like this, so this is a little tricky. But, and I am going to throw one of these cards for these cards. But let's just finish these cards up real quick. This is 31. This is the action card. This is like being consistent, bearing in mind of the past. But this is also not allowing fear to change any ideas of what you want. It's almost like going right after it. Okay, this was the first card out in the collective read. So let me just put these into play real quick. It's celebration. Close contact with memory, card 19. It didn't come out, but that indicates the celebration of life and deserved results we need to obtain from our certain ancestors as we collaborate. As the tree that renews the leaves but keeps its roots, it must always have the courage to renew our ideas while maintaining the principles that have been guided to us and that were passed on by our ancestors. So that's stuff in our life aligning. Okay. So it says, take action while consistently bearing in mind bearing the past in mind without being afraid to change your ideas, even if it's drastic. Okay. So I think for a majority of you, that could go as like, because I'm being pulled to something else. Take action while consistently bearing the past in mind, but without being afraid of having to change your ideas or anything, or even drastically. So say like, hey, I want to do this, but I have a new idea, but you know somebody from your past is like not going to approve. That's more like fuck it. Because we know that energy is coming in. But it's almost like bear in mind, bearing the past in mind. Take action and be consistent, bearing the past in mind. But without fear, be willing to change your own ideas or even switch up something drastically. So it might be a drastic cutting off even communication, guys. It could be whatever it is you're creating. This could be extremely beneficial when it comes to Mercury that's about to kick in, say October 4th or October 31st, like something extremely beneficial here. It's like, okay, yeah, something, everyone's like, oh, Mercury. But if Mercury is in your favor, like if Mars is in your favor, what a time to delegate and go in a certain direction, especially when it comes to business. Lots of powerful creative energy. And Mercury is only going to help you and boost you. Okay. It's almost like I just heard bear in mind when I was doing the channeling message for like the hour, not all channeling, but how I was like, oh, here we go with predictions again. Yep. But in the last 3 months, I also learned a lot in between. So bear in mind, take that in mind too, Courtney, what you've learned, and incorporate things. So maybe I'll have a new idea. Well, go after it. See what I'm saying? I'm just trying to give you an example. So I almost feel like you're getting a little bit of clarity here, but I feel like this also comes with like the confusion read I did when it was in regards to the spiritualist, but something really working out to your benefit. Oh yeah, wasn't it like within 2 weeks, like skating through or something? Something like that. It has to do, hi sweetie, with the card 19, so I want to read that real quick.
When I said that Elian RSV, Grandma just said that's like respiratory.
Yeah, it's usually with infants. That's sad. That's too bad. Hopefully she should be okay.
But is that what I got?
No, I doubt it. Is she the one that had that when she was younger too? Well, one of them had that. They were even longer in the hospital because of that.
No, it's just because she had a bigger hole in her eye. They both have holes in their eyes.
All right. Well, hopefully she gets well soon.
Well, she said did I feel anything? And I told her.
Yeah, no, adults can get it too. It's definitely harder to get, but that would be in your chest. It'd be coughing. It would be heavy. It'd be like bronchitis. It'd go from like bronchitis, pneumonia. So no. So as of right now, no, you don't have that. Okay. Tell her I hope I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Tell her I hope everyone feels better. That's a tough one. That's no fun. That's scary. Love you. So guys, I feel like there's a little confusion here, almost like, oh, I can't figure that card out. But it's because it hasn't happened yet, which is the same message. Okay. I feel like there's 4 cards, but it's the book. I feel like it's almost the same message with my spiritualist when I did that reading for you. Okay. Because it hasn't happened yet. So yeah, there might be a lot of love in a situation, but there might be a big need for some type of drought or something. Like, who knows? I think that's kind of what it's saying. Not like a drought when it comes to you. So basically, don't bypass your ideas or what you want to do in regards to somebody else either. There's a big message there. Like, don't hold back because somebody else, like for instance, again, prime example, like Spirit saying, Courtney, don't hold back because this person thinks you're not psychic. That can be damaging to somebody's like mental state or whatever. Like, it's not going to get the best of me, but like the fact that somebody would even say that is just like, it's just rude. It's disrespectful. It's their own fears. It's on them. It's not on me. But even somebody saying like that can have you question something in a heartbeat. And I don't think with me in my situation that I would question that. If anything, I'm more like laughing, like, but it's sad too. It's like unappreciative energy, like not compassionate, towards my feelings, somebody who wants to try to tell me what my capabilities are and what they're not. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, so that could put a halt to some things, which is maybe what they were like trying to do. Whether they're aware of it or not, or whether I was aware of it or not. It's stuff like that, guys. Okay. So this is basically saying, yeah, there might be a lot of love. Okay. And something might come together with the second wave, or you might get fresh energy. Who knows? But that's what they want you to bear in mind is that particular read and the fact that this hasn't happened in the examples I'm giving you. Okay. Like, don't stop doing what you're doing. It can rain and freaking pour on them and cause a fucking flood, but that's not your problem. Or do you want a flood of emotions that's going to affect your environment, right? Because there's something coming here. There's no question. But it also has to do with your mentality. So please be careful here. Because it's almost like you wouldn't think something would influence something. But every word said, guys, does you have to bear in mind that's why, like, I don't need, like, whether that person said it drunk or not, realistically, I can't have that energy around me because deep down that person is still having issues with, hi Max, he just got stuck on my thing, is still having issues with me being in the public eye, or me being psychic, or me being clairvoyant or clairaudient. You see what I'm saying? But again, not my fucking problem. It's their problem. See what I'm saying? So bear in mind, thank God all that came in, because now I can better explain this to you before I even get to the past. It's like, because that's either what they're dealing with, but in a way you're dealing with, but you're pushing through. Okay. So there is some type of connection, family, friends, an ex, a lover, it's something. Max, don't try to do it again. I love you. Okay. So depending on your actions, because it's bear in mind, right? So if you choose the wrong actions to suit somebody else, or you're not doing what's best for you because you're scared, it's like you're playing with fire here. So it's more like, okay, something's aligning, right? And bear in mind the energy that is around you right now. Okay. There's a lot that's going to go down in the month of October and the rest of September. A lot. So this energy, Maybe it was meant for this energy, this aura, to be in your aura temporarily, like as spirit tested you, or spirit's going to test me. You know, I don't really feel like it's like that for me, but I'm trying to play out every scenario here for you guys. So this is exactly what this is saying. Now, it did say something about 19. Celebration is in close contact with the memory card 19, which indicates the celebration of life. And you deserve the results that we obtain. Okay? Because this is all like given to you by your ancestors, whatever's coming in, spiritual gifts. Oh, I didn't even think about that when I first read this. And then I talked about my own spiritual gift. So this is a big message from my spiritualist. Okay? Memory is the capacity to conserve, to recall information, emotions, and events by searching within our minds. It forms one of the bases of human knowledges and is fed by the sensories of impressions left with sounds and situations from one material world of actions. Memory is also a function that allows us to recall our ancestors, the memories we have loved and had to leave, just like our own past experiences. Advice for the dead: take advantage of the resurface of all the culture and experiences that people have come before you and what they have accumulated for you. So this is definitely a spiritual gift. Like, no shit, that was a prime example I just fucking gave you. Can't pick this shit up, guys. Okay? Whether you're taking a spiritual journey, whether you're psychic, whether, you know, whatever it is, you come to the conclusion you're a starseed, however it is for you. Okay? It has to do with opening doors, and your ancestors opening some doors. Okay? I do want to get one of these. I do need the oracles, because I'm definitely reading from the book. Okay. All right. Almost positive it's this one. Yeah. I just want to clarify that 9. To me, it's almost like it doesn't need clarification now, but it does. It's also a 9, guys. Something needs to like end in order for something else to start. Okay. Again, it's the forces at play. But you got to be careful. It's like water. It can irrigate and grow and flourish, but it can also flood. Okay. But if you do not know your own life, do you really want to stay in the middle here? You really want to stay stagnant because somebody else has another idea for you, or you don't feel good enough, or they make you feel that way because they're in lower energy? And this can be a family member. It doesn't have to be a lover. Okay. Because whatever this is definitely aligning, and it's from the ancestors. They're either helping you out of a situation, they're helping you in a situation, or as of right now, they are aligning a situation. There is a lot of power behind this stuff right now. And Max is just kind of like loving me right now. He just headbutted me. So it could be in the form of an animal, guys. Okay. And walk-ins happen through animals. You can have a dog. Take for instance, Max, ever since, right before surgery and now, is still like lovey-dovey and taking care of me. It could be an old ancestor. It can be a walk-in, and will stay with me. This energy of healing and loving and compassion, what this is, unconditional love, will stay with me until it's time. And then Max can go right back to being Max. Get what I'm saying? So tell me about the number 9. This is the right eye. A lot of energy right there, guys. A lot of energy. This is all about wisdom. It's the vessel that holds which is most precious. At first glance, it's like stepping into a realm of the known. It's the first moment of a newborn child that opens its eyes. The child's first step, its words, its beginning of a life journey. It's what those whose path disappears over the horizon. It's the pen that hovers over the page. It's the moment of contact from nothingness. Wisdom is formed to the insight into which is known as the gift that is bestowed, that is not bestowed lightly. The great orb breaks the surface of our conscious. So this is definitely gifts, okay? Descending from the summit of the tree, the duality began to form. The pillar of mercy, forming the first masculine aspect of the diaphragm, the partner. It opens next to reveal the two eyes through which you see the world. So this is all about birth of your subconscious, birth of intuition. So this really is another spiritual gift. And if I'm not mistaken, where's my book? If I'm not mistaken, this talked about rebirth, or it's in reference to the 19 that talks about rebirth. Okay. So it's definitely it's the god of rain and fertility, prayers and sacrifice. It can cause floods and droughts and summon lightning. Okay. So it's the 31 then. Let me just find what this is. The celebration, the memory. Yeah, so guys, it's a celebration of life, which is like what this is saying. It was born, it was your gift. It's coming into play, or it's being activated. Okay, something is actually, it's being activated. It's yours. It's from your ancestors. It's being passed down. It was probably passed down at birth, or you went through a rebirth, because remember that we had 2 reads where it was like, how did you have the Scorpio rising? Like, how did you have the resurrection twice? Remember that reading? I don't remember what it was about, but it's like rising from the phoenix twice. Okay. So your eyes and your hands are very powerful right now. So you're about to step out into our realm, but it's probably going to be very familiar. All right. It's the beginning of a lifelong journey. Those paths disappear over the horizon, but new ones are formed. You're going to have the insight, into which is not known is a gift that is not bestowed lightly. So basically, Spirit's like, people who have gifts and certain power, guys, it's not bestowed lightly. It's given to the ones that will not take advantage of it. The gift of prophecy, the gift of this, the gift of being psychic, the gift of that. It's like being bestowed against the one. It's almost pulling me to like something I mentioned earlier with jealousy. Like somebody wishes they had your gift, or is jealous they don't have your gift, is jealous they can't do what you do. And it's like they're trying to do what you do, but like Spirit didn't bestow that energy on them because they would take advantage of the situation. It's being bestowed from your ancestors to you because you're not going to take the power for granted. That's why I'm always nervous about what direction I'm going to go and how I'm going to put it out there, because I know it's powerful. Okay. So something is definitely coming in, or it's already available to you and it's aligning, and you just need to figure it out, or it's just something, it's timed is what I'm hearing. So it could be one of those things you just wake up and, or it's pulling me to within the next couple of weeks, like skating through. It's like that read I said I would never forget. which I'm forgetting now because I'm reading this. But it's like gratitude, just being thankful and, you know, just acknowledging so you can continue. It doesn't need you to step right into it. It just needs to, you just need to let your guides know it's acknowledged and you're working towards things or whatever it is for you, okay? So regarding the past life, this is, you know, again, an ex-lover from a past life, guys, could now be your own mother or father, you know, it's you and this person again. But it's the Hermit reverse, so not really soul searching, okay? The Empress reverse. So that's not putting effort into something. That's like not having a realization with the Six of Wands here. Like this is victory with the Five of Cups reverse, but it's not about victory. It's about where you're investing time. So let me really, like, you were definitely this person's past love. You were their wife. It's energy like that. The Hermit reverse. The Hermit can be a doctor. I just heard philosopher. Just a wise soul. But not in this scenario. I don't know what this is trying to say. I gotta tune into the past life. Like ding. King of Swords, King of Cups reversed, Eight of Wands. Let me just get everything on the board. I will tell you, in a past life, you chose to stop a spiritual route because of a love. You stepped off your path. Here with the right eye now, you have the Queen of Pentacles here and now. Now it's like, this is definitely here and now because I just pulled it. So this is like you climbing the ladder. Okay, this is definitely here and now for you guys, but you have to keep climbing that ladder. It's not going to be like easy like that. And then you got Justice. Yeah, right. You got to keep climbing the ladder here in this present moment. Queen of Pentacles is a very beautiful energy, very nurturing, well-rounded when it comes to work, relationships, you know, being a good parent, that type of energy. Okay. Something going in, you know, your favor, or not necessarily. It's more of less like, oh, it is kind of like something that's due, but it's doing the right thing. Okay. So keep climbing that ladder. And this card is all about wisdom in your right eye. Okay. It's the energy, and it's from your ancestor here. So keep going. Do what's best for you. In another lifetime, there was an energy that took you off your path. Okay. Sorry, Ganesha. So currently this same energy is going to try to come in. All right. With the Ace of Wands trying to like, oh, we can create this, we can do that. Or they're just trying to come in with a new energy. Queen of Wands reversed, or it's the energy around you. Again, it's very strong feminine energy. And then the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Pence. Be real careful what you do with your energy, okay? Because this Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands, that's like a one-night stand, you know? But upright, that's a lot of fucking energy, guys. It's creation, okay? But you have an energy here, the Knight of Pence, not even putting effort into a situation, but is almost like looking at you as the Queen of Swords, This is also two women from another lifetime too. Let me just sit with that one for a second. So I'm so sick of that same old love. It's the same song that came to me when the card first came out. It's like they might come at you a new way this time around, but I'd be real careful. I wouldn't put any energy into it. Or I'd be real careful, because that's when the Queen of Wands is upright with the Ace of Wands. That's very creative energy that's being given to you. You might want to put your guard up, be smart here, be intelligent, harsh energy if need be, and shut something down. This is definitely energy, because it's also past life too. This is somebody, you had something going good for you and you shut it down. And they gave you like nothing. And at the end of that lifetime, you may have realized that. So you could have came into this lifetime with a lot of resentment towards this energy too, pent up resentment. I feel like you were very sheltered or something. Like, you could have been a mother, you could have had kids with them. But with the Empress being reversed, it's like you weren't at your best. It's like having a throne because you deserved it, but you didn't sit on your throne. Somebody else sat in your throne for you, overpowered your energy. They definitely stopped you from going in a spiritual direction with the Fool here. And this was the main card I was really concerned about for you guys. So it's almost like the energy trying to do the same thing with the prime example, like, you're not psychic. And it's just like 2 little words. And it's like, I'm not going to let that get the best of me. But if it is linked to a past life, there is a blockage there that I'm unaware of right now that will eventually pop up for me, just like it will pop up for you. Okay. It's like when I spoke about the light language, I can only imagine what people are going to think with me going on talking about that. And you see what I'm saying? Guarantee that's linked from a past life. When I said to you, there's nothing easy about change. Oh, but Courtney, you're a YouTuber. You just no, it's not like that. Anything new. Okay. So this is for me and for you. I've been giving you prime examples of certain stuff, so they're having me use it, which is personal. So I'm not too happy. I'm not too crazy about using my personal examples here, but hey, it is what it is. We all go through our stuff. We all learn. I'm just like you guys, right? So when it comes to my spiritual list, I'm not going to stop keeping stuff from you now. But it's personal, So it looks like it's playing out all over again, or it's trying to play out all over again. And in a past lifetime, you let this energy, okay, you let their guilt or their sorrow or their crocodile fucking tears, because they were a cold energy. They put zero effort into it. You were probably both married. You were probably absolutely married. You were the wife. You had kids with this energy. They talked you out of a spiritual path. Or you already had those gifts. Someone, like, you stopped following your soul because somebody made you feel guilty. The King of Cups is crocodile tears, crying, or somebody had an addiction and you felt the need to help. Okay. They talked you out of what happens next. And I just got pulled to the Mayan calendar. So this is all happening again. So it's real important in the midst of this energy from here and now until November 1st that you follow your path. So I guarantee something will happen or something will be said that so spirit knows, like, shut it down. Don't even talk about it. Continue to do your own thing. Because I'm not trying to talk bad about that energy that said that to me, guys. There's a bond, but a strong bond I have with that person, right? And I'm not justifying that person. I did in this life. I'm giving you a prime example. I can't let it happen in this one, right? So if that means I lose him this lifetime, then so be it. I lose him this lifetime because I'm going to keep climbing that fucking ladder. Just like you guys. There's a gift coming in. It was given by your ancestors. You're about to climb to the top. Okay? But you have to do what the best thing for you is. Because it's the wheel of karma. It can go either way. So you're going to let this past life swoop in and once again tell you that you don't know what you're doing? The fuck is that shit, right? So this is going to be a tricky time for you guys, for those who can relate to my scenario. And it doesn't have to be a past lover. It can be a friend. It could be a family member. Okay? I needed to use my prime examples for this to make sense for us right now. So in a past life, this person took advantage of a love connection, took advantage of a certain situation. You guys were definitely married. Chances are you absolutely had kids. They made you feel guilty or sad. Okay. They talked you right out of whatever you were going to do. So basically, you were about to climb the ladder in that lifetime too, and they shut it down. Now, right now, this could be playing out right now. This intuition, what's being passed down by your ancestors, because this upright is extremely intuitive. It's also sexual, right? But it's that Mars energy too, extremely powerful. So you have the powerful side of Mars and the dark side of Mars. So it's like, and even after you made this, they're still not putting effort in. There's still nothing solid. It's like not even having a solid fucking offer. So why is there a pause? Right? So it's like, here we go again. It's being passed down. It's aligning. Will you follow through? Because it looks like you're going to climb the ladder and you're going to do what's best for you. As long as you stay on your path and you do what's best for you, you're going to make it to the top. So this is your current scenario, and this is what happened in a past life, and this is where you're at right now in the same predicament. Where last time around, you bowed down. You bowed down, you gave in. Okay? And this time around, it's important to take, your smarts, your ancestors, what you've already learned on this journey. This is why you've been on this journey for so long already. Okay? Don't let another energy come in and tell you, oh, you'll be better off doing this, you'll be better off doing that. What about that other energy I told you guys about a year and a half ago? They told me I'd be better off selling houses. Why? So I could bank money. Because it's a material thing. It's the matrix. Okay? Somebody doesn't want you, whether you're in the spotlight or they want you going in this. It's like they want to be with you, but it's everybody else's opinion and judgment. So they got a whole lot of fucking family karma on their side. It all boils down to their shit that in this lifetime you're still tied to. Even though you cut the cord, you're still tied to it from a past life. Even though that cord's been also cut and severed, okay? You're also going to get tested. So this is a huge read. This is an important read. I'm glad this read panned out the way it did, because you're basically walking the same timeline that you walked a long time ago with the Mayan calendar. Okay, and I feel like you've already started this path. There's a certain direction. It's just a matter of the gifts or something aligning. But it's also here and now, your thoughts, what takes you, what you decide to do, your own thoughts that could hold you back. You're already in the midst of it. I know you are. And if you're not yet, you're going to be soon when Mercury kicks in. Okay, so This video is meant to empower you. Hold on. This fucking video is gonna empower you if it hasn't. No, something doesn't feel right. Hold on. It's more like that. I'm gonna work with this energy. I already know it's empowering you. I already know it's meant to empower you and motivate you. It feels that way for me. It already feels comforting. But I'm actually gonna work with this energy on the board. I don't want to touch it. And I'm gonna send another video out. It's probably has to do with some type of light language. So I'm also being tested right now too. And you see how I was like, oh, it didn't feel right. Well, what if I would just shut my fucking eyes and concentrate? Right? So we're going to wrap this video up. I'm going to do whatever light language thing they want me to do here. And I will post this one for you guys as well. And I'm going to leave this as is. I already feel like there's a lot of power here. I already feel like this will motivate you. There's something that I need to do with this for the collective. So when you see this pop up, I don't know, I guess you'll know what to do with it. Let me see what I have to do with this. I love you guys. I'll be back, okay? Love you, love you. Love you. Bye.